Now, gentlemen, I want to make this clear to you. No matter what happens today, we are very proud and thankful to have had this opportunity to coach each and every one of you guys. We are only in this time once in our life here, today. This is our time. We don't get this day back, no matter what happens. This is our one shot at this. You guys are a good football team. We can beat these guys. But we have to play hard for 4 quarters. And we have to be smart out there. You have to be level-headed, and you got to play your game. If you get down a couple of scores, you know you can come back, but we got to tighten up quick. If we get up and we're up a couple scores, you know they're going to keep coming. We got to send them a message hard hitting, right out of the gate, offensively, defensively, specialty teams. And gentlemen, I've said this to you before, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. There is never shame in winning or losing, but there is shame in giving up, not giving it your all. There's going to be times when you're going to feel so tired you can barely lift your arms. But you know that. You've been there. But you got to find it in you. And at those times, you got to no longer ask yourself, can you do it? Tell yourself, I know I can do this. I've done it before. Find that inside of you and go get them. It's been an honor all season and every other time. Let's go do this in a dignified, classy, hard-working way that we play football. Let's go, guys. Let's go get it.
It's almost at times a religion here.
Cities are made up of country people, and they like a rugged sport, I think. The Saskatchewan people are appreciative of the basic things in life.
Play like champions today. Let's go.
When you're born into this province, I've always said the first thing that you're dressed in is not diapers, but it's a pair of Rough Rider pajamas.
I always knew that the Rough Riders were going to be the influence because they turn ordinary people into football fans.
The simple and the basic, the most important fundamental things in life. And somehow, football seems to be that kind of an activity that lends itself to the development of an appreciation for the basic things in life.
Minor football in Saskatchewan is more successful than anywhere else. I think of the years that I played, most of the guys on our team, most of the Canadians, had played with the Rams and the Hilltops and then the Huskies.
I would have been fairly big for that time. But today I'd have to be the water boy. Yeah, there's some monsters in the game now.
The way the Hilltops and the Huskies have built on this virtual empire in Saskatchewan. I don't know of any other province that is so strong from the grassroots right up to the top.
The best thing about amateur football is that kids play it because they love it. I mean, it's the word amateur simply means lover, and I mean there's no monetary incentive.
We don't have, until now, we haven't had any other kids other than Saskatchewan kids playing on our junior team. We recruit from within the province, whether it's the Humboldts, the PAs, the Moose Jaws, the Delisles.
Laps are getting shorter and shorter.
Number 44, Kyle Pascoe, is starting his third year with the Hilltops. An outside linebacker from the Walter Murray Marauders. He suffered a serious neck injury last season.
I ended up cracking my C6, which if you feel the big bone in your neck, it's the one right above that. I broke it on the left and the right side. It took about three and a half months in a neck brace to get over that, and then they finally let me go back to the gym. It never really crossed my mind to quit football. It was just being a cheerleader's for girls, and I really didn't like it being on the sideline.
Shane Duick, number 78, is a product of six-man football, having played high school football with the Hague Panthers.
What I've learned most is if you just put in the time, put in a lot of work, a lot of good things happen. Like my first year I was a red shirt, and then last year I went from not traveling, and then the second game of the season I traveled, and at the end of the year I was in our 5-receiver package.
But it's a passion. Some people have jokingly said we may not have anything else to do in Saskatchewan but play football, but so be it.
8 games, 1,000 yards, you're averaging about, what would it be, 125 yards a game. 125 yards a game makes you the first 1,000-yard rusher since I've been around.
I was told, I think my second year playing football, that big hearts make big plays. And Hilltops have always had a strong team. They've always had big hearts. And with Sarge coaching, it's definitely fun to be out here.
You start setting those big goals. I think you can put this team on your back and we win some big games with you. Okay? So you get ready for that. You get ready for that.
60 years of winning tradition, 60 years of giving young men the opportunity to continue to play football.
Every Sunday morning during the winter months, the Hilltops have practice sessions at the Ramada Golf Dome. On Thursday mornings, the University of Saskatchewan Huskies train at the PAC Center on campus.
Actually, the first year I came here was the first year BT was the head coach. When he had a philosophy that he wanted to instill here, I think the first thing that he did was surround himself with guys that believed in his idea. And these were our assistant coaches. A lot of us always say that it was in 1987 when he made his first big catch, and that was getting Dan Farthing to play for our football team.
That was my goal since I was in grade 9, more of a dream, I suppose, than anything else, until after my first year with the Huskies, and Brian Towers brought me to his office and said, if you do the right things, you will play professional football. And then it became a reality, and then it was like, that's what I want after my 4 years of university.
So in '89, we made it all the way to the Vanier Cup, against Western, first time in the Sky Dome.
Unfortunately lost the Vanier Cup, and there were a lot of tears shed in that locker room because there were a lot of people who were very instrumental in the transformation of that team who would not see another football season. At that point, we decided on a motto for the next year.
We refused to lose and vowed to return.
And we did just that. A program that's successful recruits itself. It doesn't matter what kind of stadium you play at, how many fans you get, how cool your uniforms are, whatever. Bottom line is people want to play for a winner.
Scott McHenry went directly from his high school football team, the Holy Cross Crusaders, to the Huskies in 2005. He had a huge season as a rookie last year.
We knew we had a good one there. We didn't know how good. Certainly once he saw he had an opportunity to play, he elevated his play a great deal. The only guy I can compare him to and what he did in these first years is Dan Farthing. So if he continues to work as hard as Dan did, and that'll be a tough task because Dan was a hard worker, we'll have another CFL guy in our hands right there.
Dan Houle and Tyler Duick are both former six-man football players, having played with the Hague Panthers.
Well, we've had a lot of success with kids out of six-man and nine-man football here over the years. One thing we find with those kids, well, there's a couple things really. One is that they can all run, because they play in space. Now with 6 guys on a field that's 50 yards wide, it's not a lot smaller than ours. And secondly, they come with an unbelievable work ethic.
Well, it only came in my grade 10 year. It was the first year we had football.
I didn't play. I was in grade 8 at that time. I had to wait till the next year to play. But it only took 1 year before the team really started winning.
They may not understand the game as well as some others when they get here, but they work so hard at what they do, and for the most part, they're just solid kids.
Anything that we taught our kids as they were growing up, like any sort of ethics or morals that they had, when they get involved with such a diverse type of people, they can throw it out the window or they can live by it, and they live by it.
We really concentrate on bringing in good kids from good family backgrounds that have the right values, and it's been a successful formula for us. Given the fact that we've got 960,000 people or 980,000, whatever it is now, we put 4 pretty good football teams on the field every year.
We got some great high school coaches throughout the whole province, and I think that's probably the biggest change.
That's a credit to all the coaches at the high school level.
And it's Jeff Yowsey at Football Saskatchewan.
Mike Thomas, technical director with Football Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you're at our 2006 Coaches Clinic.
This year we're bringing in two gentlemen from the NFL, Pete Metzelaars of the Indianapolis Colts and Kirby Wilson, running back coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
6-man, 9-man, 12-man coaches coming together for an annual clinic.
My name is Erwin Klempner.
Jeff Lonis. Mike Hadwin from Melfort.
Blair Simpson, Maple Creek Rebels.
I'm Eldon German.
Redmond, that is.
Hi, Jason Boyda.
Troy West. I'm Don Golden from Macklin.
Coach with Regina Thunder.
Central Butte, Saskatchewan, the Bulldogs.
So this weekend is one where we'll have about 250 coaches from around the province take in about approximately 9 hours of football instruction, and it's a great thing for the province, and our coaches really look forward to it every year.
I was actually at the very first clinic in Moose Jaw. I think it was in Regina. It was probably about 76, and I've probably been to 20 of them.
I think the greatest thing about high school football is just the fact that, for 2 months you get to hang around with kids that, you probably wouldn't talk to if it wasn't for football.
First and foremost, it's about competing. It's me against you, and people love that. It's nothing like that adrenaline rush of being able to knock the crap out of somebody, or being able to run by somebody, or being able to make someone miss you when you're running the ball.
One of the reasons I got into teaching is because I like coaching, and teaching affords me that opportunity.
It doesn't get old.
And I want my defensive players to have a constant flow pad level, right?
It's the unique fabric of having 6, 9, and 12-man football, and we're the only province in the country that has that. And I think that, so we get coaches coming from all over the province. I think if you actually look at the numbers, there'd be more coaches from outside of Saskatoon and Regina than there were from the cities.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
You can't play football as an individual. And that's the one thing I noticed when I arrived here, is that the communities, whether it be a small town in northern Saskatchewan or Regina or Saskatoon, they rally around each other.
The annual Dogs Breakfast is a fundraiser for the Huskies football scholarship program. Without the breakfast and the money it raises for scholarships, the Huskies would have great difficulty staying competitive.
We started with 600 people and thought that was huge, and this year we had 1,700 people, and we talked to business guys around town, and they say, that's one of the best mornings of the year for us. It's a motivating thing just to see those kids up there.
This is a recruiting breakfast as well. This is the first day of training camp. This is when the Huskies bring in their new recruits.
Quarterback, Brett Thompson.
I tell you, when we bring a recruit in there and introduce them on that stage, and they see that kind of support behind our football team, it's not a tough sell after that to convince them.
But we want them to walk away with a message, and we felt that there was nobody better than George Reed to be on stage and deliver a strong message about what it means to be playing football in Saskatchewan.
I almost retired at the end of the 64 year. A large part of the reason I stayed is probably the people probably had as much to do with it as any. I could have probably went to a place like Montreal and probably made a little bit more money than I made here and everything. I don't think that one can enter the game thinking about he's going to become a pro football player. I think he's got to enter, and what is he willing to give to the game, and is he willing to overcome obstacles?
Former Husky Ron Graham makes a huge contribution to the Huskies scholarship program.
Good luck to this year's team, and may you bring the cup home. Thank you.
We've had the American coaches up here, Bobby Jerson and those guys in the last couple of years, and they say, NCAA schools don't have this. And he said, don't ever lose this.
Astounded at the overwhelming support that we get for this event and for our program.
Brian Towers runs a phenomenal program, and I'm always amazed this guy isn't coveted by the CFL.
BT has done a wonderful job here. I mean, his heart and his soul he pours into this program.
The leadership, the aura around him kind of thing, and I think the players see that and they respect that and they want to play for the game.
I know the tradition of Northern Michigan, and I know I have some salt in that program. It's the reason I come back to Saskatchewan. It'd be the only other place I want to coach is in Saskatchewan, because I got to give back. I feel like I owe these people something, that they've given me so much in the 12 years that I was here.
Good job! Jog back.
It's my way of trying to go in this football full circle thing, that I want to give back what I have been given and have someone else experience the things that I've experienced.
I just admire the ability that the Canadian player has shown, the strides that have been made, and that's probably has happened because of coaching, such as the coach that they have.
Plus the assistant coaches that he has here. I mean, he's the only full-time coach, and they have one part-time, and the other guys are basically volunteer coaches, but they love it.
Well, I think what the biggest challenge is keep doing what we're doing, because we've got a very exciting project, but I think we need to go a step down. We need to get, just like hockey, most people start playing hockey at 5, 6 years old. We really got to get to the grassroots, and we got to start our game even younger. Life's about adversity and good and bad, and taking the good and dealing with the bad. You learn more from a negative situation than a positive. And it's just taught me that, you know what, be consistent, be persistent, and every day is a great day. And football has shaped so much of how I can deal with people, what I believe in, and what I strive to be. You know, because a good coach can create magic wherever they go, and I think that's why we are so fortunate that we have unbelievable coaches. Oh, look at this.
He's a character unto himself. I like his great attitude. He's outspoken.
I like his intensity.
He's really honest.
Yeah.
You know that if he says it to the players, he really means it.
And Sarge knows basically what a kid can do, and he expects that out of him.
And he just brings such an enthusiasm to the guys that, you know, it just rubs off on everybody.
1, 2, 3, defense!
Oh, I always tell people when I go across the country, you know, and they ask me about playing in Regina or doing a game in Regina, and I tell them, you don't understand what it's like to go to a football game, a CFL football game, until you go to one in Taylor Field.
You ask people across Canada, name 2 things when you think of Saskatchewan. It always seems to be wheat and the Rough Riders.
Anybody who moves here from out of the province, they find out fast, the first thing they've got to talk about is the Rough Riders.
It is recognized right across the country as a community team.
If I'm going to make an investment to drive from Prince Albert to Regina for a weekend, that's why fans are so passionate.
Over the years, the Rough Riders haven't had all that much success, but the fans are still with them.
I mean, in Saskatchewan, you're going to hear about the Riders year-round. They don't talk much hockey.
It's the smallest city in Canada that has a CFL team, and I think they have the best fan base.
It is the one opportunity that little Saskatchewan can lay a licking on Toronto.
From a cultural standpoint, the Rough Riders are embedded very deeply into the culture of Saskatchewan.
I think they're important to the whole province. I think that the wheat grows better and the weather's better when we win. Yeah, I've done it for quite a few. I've different variations. My wife told me to calm down a little bit, so I haven't got as many on as I have in the past. Oh, we missed a field goal a couple of years ago on the last play of the game, and I just thought I'd get that for a further show of support.
It doesn't just span in Regina, it goes to all the rural towns.
Prince Albert, whether you're talking Balgony, whether you're talking Esterhazy, down to La Flèche.
Any place you can imagine, someone's flying a Rider flag.
These people know what's going on in the game of football and what's happening with Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
It just kind of cascades across the whole nation, so there's just a huge focus on it. Everyone's interested in what we're doing and what we're not doing.
And I couldn't go to the grocery store with the checkout ladies just grilling me and asking me what's going on here, why did you do this, what were you guys thinking here?
I mean, I've been with him in coffee shops where he's literally gotten out napkins for fans and drawn plays for them to show them why this worked or why that didn't work. They'd say, why would you throw that football? Like, he'd always had a habit of throwing an interception that you could never figure out. And he says, because I'm dumb.
For as long as people have been alive in this province, there's been Saskatchewan Rough Riders, and there's been Taylor Field.
The thing that stands out in my mind the most of anything is the first time I saw Taylor Field. I mean, it was a dream come true. I mean, I walked in there and everyone was complaining we had the worst turf in there and our locker room wasn't I thought it was the Taj Mahal when I got there.
I get the same goosebumps when I go in there to do games 11 years later as a broadcaster.
This is the place to come and watch football, and I think basically that's where the love affair comes from.
And I watch the guys come out of the same tunnel I used to come out of, and I see the fans, and a lot of times I see the same fans that I saw when I came out of the tunnel.
It's an event. I mean, we have days when, we have family and friends, and everybody gets together. They come from out of town. We sing the Rider song. We raise the flag before the games.
I'd have to say probably the atmosphere. I mean, it's just such a good time. Everyone's so happy, and it's just exciting. I mean, whether you're winning or losing. Running out of the doors, I'd have to say, when we run out right before the game and do a routine, like, that's the best feeling ever. There's like 25,000 fans, and they're all screaming. And
people here really know their football. I mean, it's not that they just go for the party. They watch the game, and they strategize in their heads, and a lot of women are really involved in the game here as well. I mean, I think in a lot of other places you tend to think of these sports always as men's sports, but it's pretty big for women in Saskatchewan.
You can look today at our practice, and most teams don't have this many people out to practice, and we get this day of them. And people that are real fans, you can talk to them, and they won't just say, well, you know, we got a new receiver, we got a new running back. They'll tell you where he's from, what his stats were. They take a bona fide interest in our football club.
Once you cross the stripes, it doesn't matter what job your parent has, it doesn't matter how good your neighborhood you live in. All that matters is how good you play. And that's the only place that I could really compete.
The main thing I like about Saskatchewan is that it reminds me so much of home. It's the Texas of Canada.
When we're losing, it's one of the most terrible places to live in the world. And that's including like Iraq and Kosovo and places like that.
I mean, you win a Grey Cup in Regina, I mean, you're going to be the Pope of Chili town.
When we're winning though, man, it's awesome. You know, you win a championship here, you're almost king status.
We like to view ourselves not just as Saskatchewan's football club, but Canada's team.
Six-man football, it's only played in Saskatchewan right now. So we've got a lot of small communities that play.
I can still remember my first practice at Saudi.
With 12-man, you've got, you know, the linemen and the running backs and the receivers are out there, and it's pretty standard set all the time.
Coming out of 12-man, and I got volunteered to be the football coach, and I certainly didn't object, but I went out there and I thought I'd run a 12-man system with half as many guys.
Whereas in six-man, you can have a spread offense where things are right across the field, and it's more like playing touch football with equipment on, all the way down to where you run a closed set.
I lined up and I said, well, we'll have a fullback and a halfback and a quarterback and 3 linemen, and we'll run the belly series. And we did this for about half an hour, and finally the kid said, Mr. Thompson, that's not the way six-man's played. I said, well, what do you mean? So they showed me a typical play, and it was, you know, a triple reverse flea flicker option pass. I was flabbergasted. I mean, it's an entirely different game.
It's a beautiful June morning in Hague, a small town 30 minutes north of Saskatoon. Many towns, including Hague, lean heavily on their schools to bring energy and vitality to their communities.
Last day for kids is Wednesdays, but exams go till next week, and wrap her up by next Friday.
Things I really enjoy is you sure get to be closer with the people you're working with. We're a 7 to 12 school. I know everybody's name. I know who their parents are, you know, I know who their cousins are for that matter. One thing that really draws me to teaching and coaching is that you get these personal relationships with people. The kids are fantastic. You know, like we got kids that are working at, say, they're up at 3 in the morning to go work in the dairy at 4:30, and then they come to school after that, and you got smiles on their faces.
Bow our heads. Our Father, who art in heaven.
Another thing out here is Lord's Prayer is done every morning. Majority of the kids in this school stand for Lord's Prayer. Now, kids don't have to. It's a choice. It's a choice that they have, but that's part of our school culture out here.
Drill spread out for exam formation.
I guess it would be 11 years ago now. You know, some of the kids heard that I had played some football after high school, and they approached me with the thought of getting a team going, and I said, well, fine, guys, but, you know, if we're going to get this going, you realize we probably need in the neighborhood of about 20 grand, and that sure isn't coming from the tax base out here.
I am Trenton Braun.
Mitchell Gregory Fair.
Jeffrey Jacob Robin Henner. I play quarterback / running back.
Some backup running back and DB.
Center. I play a little on the D-line too.
You get together with, you know, a bunch of your friends, go beat the crap out of somebody, and then laugh about it on the bus ride home.
What I like about football, you get to go out there and smack people around. It's a lot of fun. The hitting, pretty much. That was pretty much the funnest.
I play a lot of sports, so I like the whole being part of a team thing.
A lot of people would joke about Mennonites don't play football. They're not going to be playing football. It's not going to happen. And to see it work and work successfully, now it's a whole different culture.
I don't know, we haven't really seen everyone's full potential yet. This has only been spring camp.
We have a pretty good team. We lost a lot of our good players this year, but we should do fairly good. I know we'll win the league again.
Down! Set! Okay, guys, on the ball. Down! Set it! Now we're jumping again. 10 more burpees. Let's go. If you're going to play football, there's got to be a certain way you have to conduct yourself in the classroom as well as in the hallways and in the school and when you're out in the community. When you're wearing that uniform and you're out here with this team, you're a member and represent this school and you represent something special. Part of what we're doing here with football is helping young men, boys, become adult men. Taking these guys from being boys to men. When teenagers don't have anything to do, what else are they going to do? They're going to find trouble, right? Out here they refer to it as touring. Meaning they're touring around. They get in their car, and that used to be a major hobby out here, was getting in the back roads. We've got all new yard markers, 0, 5, 10, 20, all the way up to 50 for both sidelines, and goalpost pads. Each year there seems to be somebody new all the time that jumps up, literally with a few $1,000s extra that we didn't expect. All paid for by local businesses, unsolicited, off the street, walking in and saying, hey, we think you're doing a good thing at school here. Get the ball. Landon, pick up the ball.
This summer? I don't know, I'll probably just run at home.
I'll definitely be doing some jogging, because it's pretty tough just to get into it without being at all in shape.
I'll probably start working out pretty soon.
Downtown we have a little workout center called The Zone that I think me and some other guys from the team are going to start going to.
I remember when I was in high school, there was a guy named Larry Sauer who at one time was a Husky captain of the hockey team. He was the vice principal of that school, and he was the head football coach. And a lot of times when I get faced with a dilemma, what do I do as a principal of a school or a head coach of the team, and I'll ask myself, what would Larry do? And for these kids, I feel I'm giving back, just as Larry gave to me. All right, let's go, helmets in. Trenton, get us going.
1, 2, 3, brothers!
That's a school of great, great tradition. Well, the whole notion is that whatever we're going to try and endeavor to do, we're going to try and do it to the best of our ability. Based in Catholic education, and part of our philosophy is that we have God-given talents and we're going to try and maximize them, whether that be on the football field, be in the classroom, on the stage.
If you go to Holy Cross long enough, you'll learn about the tradition of excellence. And I learned it the first day, and I still learned it till the last day. They still tried to make sure that we understood that.
Holy Cross does a great job of really fostering excellence.
Just playing at Holy Cross it lived, eat, breathed football.
That you're just expected to give a full commitment and a full effort and to show up, and to not only just show up, but show up to play.
I think a lot of the students who pursued drama or art or music, that was really an atmosphere that really helped you become the best you could be, and I found that through football.
7 a.m. and Coach Barry Rawlick opens the weight room at Holy Cross High School in Saskatoon. The halls are quiet and serene as Peter Oliver, linebacker and national wrestling champion, arrives to work out. Linebacker Kyle Banadaga and Devin Istis, a talented running back, work out as well.
It's a great sport. You get to hit people, get touchdowns, glory.
It's one of the only sports that you can get a 20-yard run out of the guy and then nail him as hard as you can without getting in trouble.
Without God, I wouldn't have these skills and abilities to play sports, and I wouldn't be living if it wasn't for him. It's red cherish it. It's a part of me.
There's a sense of teamwork. We have to work together to accomplish our goals and to get to where we're at, and battling adversity and overcoming. And that's kind of in the roots of Saskatchewan. So I think that's where the love affair really happens between football and Saskatchewan. Okay, so who am I missing here in this outfit? Who's in that helmet there? Who are you? Oh, you're Prevo, yeah, okay, I've got you down here already.
We've lost key players, but in a sense we've gained key players from the younger grades.
I think we can do a really great job. City champions.
Definitely city finals, hopefully provincials.
Well, it's just kind of being able to get out and get to know kids on just a completely different level from what you know them in the classroom in and around the school. We got five of them out here today. Are we missing somebody?
Julian's got 2 testimonies. Opera. The opera boy.
The opera boy. He's got opera.
I was kidding about that. Oh, it's great.
I'm thinking of going to Seminary of Christ the King this fall.
Peter contemplates going into the priesthood and isn't sure he'll be returning to Holy Cross for his grade 11 year. He'll make the decision over the summer.
I have a lot of respect for Peter. He's kind of a strange paradox in a way in a lot of people's minds. In my mind, he's not a paradox. And the reason I say that is because, he's a kid of great faith. He's really pursuing his walk with God. And yet at the same time, he's
he's a real tough kid. You know, he's the kind of kid who he'll knock you down, but he'll also then help you up.
All the real rebels go to the seminary.
Working out every day, maybe one day off for an occasional week.
I'm gonna train lots. I'm in lots of camps.
Work out when I have time. I got a full-time job.
First of all, a lot of them, you know, that don't live around here come back and they're thinking, well, geez, all these people still remembers.
Even if you're away a long time, as we have been, the opportunity to get together and tell stories. Like I said, the stories are maybe a little bit different. They're a lot better to listen to now because they get better with age.
They have no idea, I mean, the impact they've had in this province.
Saskatchewan, the Rough Riders, and the Canadian Football League, I've always felt that the heartbeat of our sport is here.
We've had some great heroes of the past, and a lot of times I don't think we were recognizing them as much as we should.
I think any time a city with a franchise like Saskatchewan can celebrate a Grey Cup championship 40 years later and have as many guys come back, I think is really exciting.
The reality is a lot of the guys that are coming back are now well into their 60s and 70s, so this will probably be the last time that we'll have some of the real legends.
You know, to rub shoulders with those guys, it's just it was just a great thrill. For all the fans that got to mingle with the players, it was certainly something that was very special for both sides.
I've always thought and I've always said that the fans own these teams, and there's in a better spot to see the fans' involvement and the fans' ownership than here in Saskatchewan.
It's an excellent way to see Lancaster and Reed and all the heroes from the '66 team.
Well, it's obviously been very special for myself and my family to see a lot of the players that I played with.
The fans, I just can't tell you how terrific they were. You know, from having us to their houses for meals to seeing them in the grocery store and just having conversation and treating us like people instead of like stars.
For me to thank somebody for putting this weekend together, bringing these guys in, you thank the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, but who are the Saskatchewan Rough Riders? Nobody owns them. They're the fans of Saskatchewan. So that's where rider pride comes from. That's where the thanks goes for this weekend. And I have to thank them for basically my entire career.
The farther you get away from it, I think the more you appreciate it.
Please let me be, always young and hard. I may seem a little bit older, won't play the part I want.
It means a lot to be able to come back and see alumni and especially the young alumni.
It's such a strong team tradition, and you come back and, you know, from the young guys to the old guys, the new guys coming in, it's a real family unit.
I think I've played in about 15 of them. But the young guys, it's just a chance for them to get to come back and connect with the club again.
This is our first test. We'll see what we got against a pretty good football team over there.
Other than that, you know they're going to play hard. We just got to play harder. We got the film on, ready to see who wants to play.
Past alumni games, they always give us a great challenge. Like the one guy said, we're just here for the violence. So, you know, it's going to be hard hitting. So it'll be a good test for us.
Back up, Anderson!
Oh, I think it's great, and you can see the amount of older individuals that are out there in their uniforms playing. Obviously, it means something to them. It means a great deal to have one time been a Hilltop, and it means a great deal for the new Hilltops to actually get to meet some of these older guys and see how much fun they can have in later life.
They're a blast. It's great to just get back and play against some of the guys who built this team and built up the great tradition.
That's a great team builder. You know, you get the old guys out here. They haven't played in a while. We got all the young guys. They get some game experience before we go into the regular season. You know, you dust the cobwebs off.
Good chance just to actually see what they're all about. You know, they bring their experience and they teach us a lot. It's one of our toughest games of the year.
Well, this camp started 12 years ago as part of the Hilltops High School program, and it grew dramatically from 55 kids to about 85 kids, and each year we've added on, so now we're up to 160 kids.
Daniel Long is 18 years old and has been homeschooled his entire life. He is participating in the Huskies High School football camp for the first time. Playing for fun, this is his season of dreams right now.
A lot of better ways to catch the ball and other skills I need to play with my friends.
Well, I think the number one thing I love about coaching this sport, in particular this camp, is seeing the improvement. I see kids coming into grade 9, and then they work themselves through grade 10, 11, and 12, and then some of them move on past high school football.
Football is my first love. I love it more than I love holidays or time off. I do it, I mean, with high school and university, it's a full-time fall. I get disappointed when it's done.
It's great to have guys here. We can get started. We can hit the ground running next week, especially when you got 4 guys that are ready to go. But we certainly have a goal, and that is to get to another provincial final, and we want to win it this time.
Defense, you want to clean up today? A great job to get everybody in.
The kids participating in these 2 summer football camps will take their newfound skills and enthusiasm back to their high schools as football season begins in a couple of weeks.
Let's go shake hands.
The Saskatoon Hilltops are beginning their 60th consecutive season of junior football, providing young men between the ages of 18 and 22 the opportunity of playing football beyond high school. Shane Dewick's first catch of the season gives the Toppers a big lift. Andrew Busby, number 71 of the Hilltops, makes a nice catch and run. A week before the first game of the season, school hasn't started and the Hague Panthers are having a burger in between 2-a-day practices.
Well, yesterday was kind of like herding cats. You know, you're trying to get equipment on all these guys, and Stewie and I are helping out where we can to make sure the boys have all got the right fitting equipment. Then we get out there and we want to really make it clear what the season's about.
Go! Rich, should you be doing this drill? Nice snag, Mitchell. Good job, guys. See what you're hitting? Good job, Burhuck. Good job. Low, low, low. Head up, head up, head up. Position for you, buddy. Keep it going.
Head across, go. You gotta get your head across. Head across. Good job. Get lower.
All right, guys. Good job for the first scrimmage, guys. Lots of good things out there, and you can see it's coming together well. We've got a few more things we're going to work on here tonight, so I want you to go for a jog around the far backstop, then into the water, and then we're going to do a couple more drills, and we'll call it a night. Mitch?
Yeah. Don't let any cows kick you in the head like Trent, eh?
Mitch is leaving practice early to fulfill his commitment working at the dairy, doing chores and milking cows.
Well, I start out feeding the calves, then I go out back and chase cows and get them in the holding area. Then I'll come out here and feed these cows their hay and chop. Then whenever my second guy's helping me milk come, then I'll chase them in the barn. I'll feed them milking cows hay and alfalfa. And then I pretty much scrape around and then sweep up their feed, and then it's about milking time by then.
In the summer, Mitch works 4 hours every morning and 4 hours every evening.
I think both from a coach's and a player's perspective, our expectations are pretty high.
The Holy Cross Crusaders begin their season as reigning city champions.
We realize we're coming off of a pretty good year that we had last year, and we obviously do some pretty critical players in some pretty critical spots in the field. But at the same time, I think we're returning a lot of talent in a lot of places, and I guess there's a sense of that amongst the kids that I think that we can gel and we can come together, we can be pretty good.
Peter, through much prayer, has decided to return to Holy Cross, putting his aspirations for seminary on hold.
I'm going back to the farm.
Like right now, when I think of football, I'm always starting back at the Hilltops.
Ron Atchison never played a down of football until he tried out for the Hilltops. He went on to a Hall of Fame career with the Saskatchewan Roughriders and was a member of the first ever Grey Cup team in 1966.
I weighed about, just under 200, and I was strong as a horse because I had to work like one on the farm.
They're really tough in the trenches, aggressive, country boy at heart.
I was a roughneck in my youth, and so fighting was just part of life where I lived. You know, if you didn't have a fight at school at least once a week, you were a sissy, you know. So when football came along, it was right down my alley. I had to learn not to fight. And Bob Barn took me aside one time and gave me a talking to, and he said, "Look, Atch, you're no good to us on the sidelines." And that was the last time I ever got kicked out of a game.
He broke his arm one time, so he had this cast. And when his arm healed, they cut the cast off, but he kept it and he used it for years.
When I led off, I forced a person back with this arm, so I had to pad it up, you know, it hurt myself.
As a weapon, more or less.
That arm was famous for agony.
Like you hear stories about the guys playing in the old days when you could fold up your helmet and stick it in your back pocket, you know?
That was the hat of the day, and it certainly is not much of a hat. See, there was no face guard, and when you got hit, you didn't know you had a helmet on half the time.
Having a junior team for 60 years is quite something, with the number of alumni that they have involved, the legacies that have been put in place.
It goes to guys like Eddie Hennick, who played with the Hilltops, I think, when they first started in '47, and then spent his life working with them.
We ended up with a fine organization. You were proud to be a Hilltopper.
It was the best thing that happened as far as the Regina Rams were concerned, that we had the opportunity of playing against one of the best teams in junior football.
I would like to welcome you all to Saskatoon for our 60th anniversary.
They asked me why am I here, and I said, hey, celebrating the 60th anniversary of one of the great junior teams in the country, Saskatoon Hilltops. The Hilltops are the one constant in junior football, I think, in Canada.
There's never been a break in it. There's been junior teams, come and go in Canada.
They've been kind of the benchmark, I think. 12 championships in 60 years. That's one every 5 years. If the Riders had one every 5 years, we'd be seen as the Edmonton Eskimos.
And they've turned out people who've not only gone on to be great football players, they've become community leaders in their own right.
They come from all walks of life and from all over the world to be here. We have one fellow, Lynn Weens, is over in Saudi Arabia, and if he can't make it, he usually phones. And he follows the Hilltops on the internet.
This is the first reunion I've been back to, and I wanted to come back. More than anything, is just see some of the guys that I played with, like Dan Servetnik, John Montgomery. I haven't seen these guys in 20 years, so it's great to see them again.
Each time you walk out there for a Hilltop game, you just think of the different players that have been through there and the number of lives that have been changed.
It's a cliche, but once a Hilltop, always a Hilltop. It's a little bit like this community. Like, I think the strength of this football team is its sense of community. There's a strong commitment to each other. That's always been the strength of the Hilltop football team.
Sarge is in his 9th season as head coach of the Toppers. He led the team to 3 consecutive national championships from 2001 to 2003. At one point, they had a winning streak that spanned 3 seasons.
Hey, don't keep your outside shoulder. Hey, inside shoulder.
Shane drops a pass as Coach Sargent looks concerned. Kyle's not playing due to a nagging injury. Shane contributes to the team's win with his strong blocking.
just a way to, I think, validate everything that's been done at so many levels, culminating in the Vanier Cup.
University football owes it to Saskatchewan, especially when you consider the tremendous success Brian Towers and his coaching staff have had.
Well, it's pretty neat that the first time it's ever left Ontario that it's coming to Saskatchewan. And I tell you what, it's going to be the best one ever.
It's an acknowledgement of the high school coaches at various levels. It's everybody working up to the university level is being, I think, commended and recognized by the fact that Vanier Cup's coming here.
It beats a very attractive bid from Ontario. There were some conditions when we awarded the bid to the University of Saskatchewan that included the improvements of the facility, and as a result, I think that was the impetus they needed to get a whole new field.
What Saskatoon will do that you can't do in Toronto is turn the game into an event.
This game will be something else, and the week surrounding it will even surpass that, because if we know how to do anything in this province, it's throw a party.
Every year, in the past, we've gone into the Vanier Cup and we never really know what's going to happen. In the week leading up to the game. It's dependent on who's playing, etc. Now we don't, it's like a U.S. college bowl game is how I look at it, where the bowl games are always sold out before we actually know who's playing, and I've always thought our championship game should be like that.
We didn't have a seating plan. I mean, they had the existing seats that they knew, right? They know those are going to be there, but anything else we were very uncertain of. We ended up selling over half the tickets before we even had a seating plan in place.
We talked to our kids in the spring and said, can you imagine anything better than to play the Vanier Cup at home in front of 12,000 people right here at Griffith Stadium?
There is added pressure. There's no question about it. I feel it. I'm excited about that pressure, though.
Now we'll see what the temperature's like. It may be a once-in-a-lifetime experience if too many people get frozen.
You've got an open space where everybody can see you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we just put
how
all
many stalls in here? You say
84.
Okay.
And we put the O-lines back here.
Brian Towers shows off his new clubhouse. The new field awaits the Huskies for their season opener today versus the Alberta Golden Bears.
In football in Saskatchewan, in the rural areas, a lot of football starts with 6-man, 9-man football. And you put your best athletes out on the field and they become very good athletes. And from there, what happens is they end up expanding to 12-man football, and now you've got some great athletes that you can work with. That's why I think there's such a great base of football in Saskatchewan.
Boy, we had a great fall camp. Awesome opportunity out in Quebec last weekend, and now our guys are ready to focus on winning that Vanier Cup here in Saskatoon here in November.
Peter McKinnon, president of the U of S, officially opens Potash Core Park. The Huskies come out of the gate strong and win their home opener convincingly.
I always kind of called it the halfway point of the year, but it really wasn't halfway. It's just a little bit farther down the half. But it seems like harvest was well done. There's just a little bit left to clean up. Hunting season starts. Labor Days are on. It's just tradition, and everybody kind of gathers. And then now, from now on, football is pretty important until November.
I've been coming to this family reunion for about the last 6 years. We've been doing it, and it started off really modestly. It was Bob and I.
And then there were others, all of a sudden, family that said, well, you could have invited us. It wasn't by invitation, it just happened. So the next year, we added a few more, and a few more, next year a few more.
And it's just snowballed into this huge event. What the Rider game does, it provides a staple for us to get together every year in the Labor Day long weekend. And so there's always that guarantee that we'll see each other at least once a year.
Labor Day has always given us a really good reason to get together because everyone in the family loves football. And we also get together on Labor Day because it's one of the games where the fans really get crazy.
Man Day, we like to call it, for all of us to come down and hang out and play some football and watch some football and just be together.
My dad and my uncles, my cousins, It was a pretty big group of us, and then my sisters got married and my brothers-in-law came on, and so we just keep adding more and more people to this group. And everyone who comes down with us every year really loves it, so the numbers just keep piling on.
My dad's place, yeah. Go on in, bud, go on in. Yep, everybody's friendly here, eh? We don't care what color we are, we're just having fun.
We'll have a mariachi band by your table playing the Mexican Orange Blossom Special.
But playing Labor Day, I can tell you one of the things I remember is going downfield, and I don't know if I was making a block or doing something. We ended on the turf, and as I'm looking at the turf, my hand rubs it, and it's just carpet, and where the hole was concrete, and they had spray painted it green. So I knew, boy, I tell you what, we are playing in, this is basically street. This is street football with a little spray paint.
I don't think there's any question that the Winnipeg-Saskatchewan rivalry is second to none.
You know, it is special when Calgary plays Edmonton, and it's special when Toronto plays Hamilton, but I sense something on a different level here. I think more Winnipeg fans travel here. I think there's a rivalry between the cities.
And we knew the importance that the fans hold with Labor Day, in that winning that game could make the season a success, no matter what our record was.
You get guys like Troy Westwood who throw gas on the fire and make it even more interesting.
It's the two provinces sort of both embracing it.
It's a full weekend of fans in the streets, of fans in hotel rooms, of fans going nuts.
Bin Laden's done, he's captured, we got him. Don't worry about it, boys. He was at Taylor Field. He was scalping tickets. Yeah, Bin Laden scalping tickets. That's how we got him, boys.
I interviewed a family from Macklin named the Cautions. It took them longer to drive to this game today than it did for me to fly here from Toronto yesterday. And one of the little children, a little girl named Taylor, she said, the greatest birthday gift I ever got in my life, my mom and dad gave me an ownership certificate for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And this girl was so proud.
It's a special game because of the tradition and because the fans have made it a special game.
And I'll say this day, I know we have great fans in Winnipeg, but coming here and playing in the Labor Day games was nuts.
You suck! You suck!
It's like a Tennessee-Florida game in the SEC. Those rivalries and those traditions are things that make the sport what it is.
I think until you experience a Labor Day, you really don't know or understand.
It's just a tremendous game, and it's a college, university type of atmosphere, and young and old become young again.
We can have a game here where we're playing the school 15 miles down the road rostering, you know, and it's almost like you'd see on the old TV show when you mention the town, everybody spits on the ground, right? And it's the same idea, but you know, I think Rostering wouldn't probably care if they won a game all year, but if they beat Hague, that'd make their season. We are really lucky today. We've got 3 city refs out here, and you can't beat these guys. These guys do Hilltop Husky games.
Tim Croker, a graduate of Holy Cross High School, officiates 6-man, 9-man, and 12-man high school games, as well as junior and college football, and also has some CFL games under his belt.
We got to do some playoff games in rural towns and provincial final and some playoff games, and it's really thrown into the fire.
Joel Fair kicks off. Trenton Braun likes to play physical football.
Attaboy, Trenton! That's it, all right!
Mitch scores the first touchdown of the year on Hague's home field.
Oh, Joel, what are you doing, man? Oh, fudge. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
Early in the season, the Panthers are making a lot of mistakes.
You can't let that happen!
Defensive lineman Jeff Penner intercepts an errant pass and strolls into the end zone for an unlikely touchdown and the first of his career. With the game in hand, Clay gives the younger guys a chance to play.
There's a big hole for him. Oh, gee! Tough break, buddy, because there was a hole there, then it closed up on you.
On an aggressive play, middle linebacker Richard Zacharias breaks the ankle of one of Rossern's star players.
Ankle, could be a fracture.
Good game, eh? Yeah. Hey, man, I never meant to hurt you, man. I'm just playing the game. I'm praying for you, man.
Good.
Haig easily defeats the Rostern Longhorns and are off to a 2-0 start. Pete looks down at a reminder on his wrist. If God is with us, who can stand against us?
Let's go out and have some fun, but let's play hard. Let's compete today, guys. Okay? Let's go.
Running out to Gordie Howe Bowl like thousands of high school football players before them, the Crusaders are jacked for their opening game against West Side rival, the Edie Fian Trojans.
It's your day. It's your day. Get off the ball, just have some fun. You guys own the line of scrimmage, everything goes from there.
Captain Banadega, number 40, makes his presence known in the opening series. A punt return for a touchdown, and the Holy Cross Crusaders are on their game.
Scissors. Scissors.
Enough for a first down. Holy Cross first and 10, they're 50.
In grade 11, Robert Stefnik was called down to the office, thinking he was in trouble. Instead, his principal asked if he'd like to keep stats for the high school football games at Gordie Howe Bowl.
I like just the number aspect of sports. I love watching football, although I can almost say I've never watched a football game because I've been watching individual plays all over the place.
31 years later, he's still keeping stats for high school football.
Freshie week always generates a lot of interest.
Devin Istis has a solid game running the ball for the Crusaders. Pete encourages his teammates, and his team celebrates their first victory.
It's pretty good. We executed pretty well. Got to work on our discipline, but it was lots of fun.
I felt I did all right in the beginning, and then I really got pumped up in the half. Together, we came up with a nice 38-9 lead, so that's good.
The Huskies prepare to play their provincial rivals, the Regina Rams. The Rams have amazing history of being successful. They won 15 national championships in the Canadian Junior Football League before joining the CIS in 1999.
The biggest reason I can think why the Rams are so successful is because of a coach like Gord Curry.
Gord Curry started coaching at Belfort Tech High School in Regina. He led the team to 8 provincial championships successfully, and at one stage the team won 40 games in a row. In 1965, he became the Regina Rams head coach, and over the next 12 years, the team won 6 national championships.
Gord Curry is the touchstone for coaching football in southern Saskatchewan for amateur football.
I don't know if anyone else has ever had the equal to come up with the kind of messages he delivered at halftime.
A tremendous person who doesn't coach football, as he says, he coaches young men.
He taught a lot of people, including myself, about life and how to conduct yourself.
Even though it wasn't the pros, we had Gord Curry as a coach, we had a great team, and it was such a feeling of oneness.
Even if I had a bad day at work, as soon as I stepped on a field, somehow there were no more problems. It was my way of relaxation. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
He earned their respect and then their love, and then they would do anything for him. I mean, they just, he took inferior teams and made Canadian champions out of them.
You know, the Hilltops admired him. They didn't like losing to him so often, but by the same token, they admired what he stood for.
I mean, he walked out there and Mother Teresa was coaching. He would treat her the same way as he treated them, with respect.
And he brought a class and I guess a grace to the game that lifted the Ram organization into the hierarchy for quite a while.
A number of our guys that are coaches with us now played for him, like Jerry Orban and Bernie Schmidt and myself, and then other guys that are coaching have played for us. So we've never really let his tradition and his philosophies and his influence die and be forgotten.
I don't care, I don't care if we win. I just don't want to lose to him. At this stage of my life, what I love about football is an opportunity to live vicariously through the players. I'm getting tired of taking care of your little baby injuries. How's it feel today? Good? I'm supposed to let it drop, isn't it? Yeah, let's try to put it on the 5 and try to get it to the numbers, okay? That is not even close to the numbers.
Oh, come on! Jeez, he's grabbing him! That's brutal.
Tyler Duick, number 22, is not starting at defensive back, but makes an impression on special teams. The Huskies are too much for the Rams on this day. The Hilltops are set to play their biggest rival, the Edmonton Huskies. This game will probably determine home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs. A back-and-forth game. The Toppers score late and add a two-point convert to tie the game up. It's the final play of the game, and the Hilltops have a chance to win with a field goal.
This is huge for us, huge. They're national champions 2 years in a row. They're tied for #1 in the league right now. We're down, I think, 3rd or 4th. This is huge coming back, especially with 1 second. You know, that doesn't happen every day. This is very special for us. The neck's good. I got popped out there. I heard that crack again, and I was a little scared, but you know, move it around and it feels good. We'll put some beer on it tonight, and it'll be excellent by Monday.
Freeze right where you are. Ryan, back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dwayne Demetrician has won a championship at every level he's played at in Canadian football. A provincial high school title, a Vanier Cup, and 2 Grey Cups. Now he's coaching touch football with 10-year-olds.
I feel pretty fortunate. That's my full-time job is raising my kids, and gives me the opportunity to now coach them and hopefully fill more kids with that excitement of just getting out and running and playing and having a great time. 1, 2, rusher, center, 3. Yeah, you hopping on your bike, meeting up with your buddies, calling your buddies. Someone had a football, or you took your ball glove with you too, and just going out and playing. And I mean that kind of carried over. Playing in the CFL. You don't make a lot of money playing, so most guys are playing for the love of the game. Go Ryan, go Ryan! All the way, run, 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 run!
It's been a cold, wet fall in Hague. Today the Panthers are playing the Aberdeen Crusaders.
Everybody hears this. Next time it's 3rd and 1 or whatever, we got to do a 23 or 34 to the short side. Okay.
Clay brings a lot of intensity, and I think he's a really good fundamentals coach, and he teaches that to the kids really well. And Craig has brought a lot to the team in what they teach the kids, and obviously they teach them something.
Good job, Joel. Joel, cut those up sooner, okay? Because they're getting out so far wide.
I did a story in Etonia, Saskatchewan, just a few years ago on their 6-man program, and hundreds of people sitting in the bleachers playing on a field that's no better than the parking lot outside Taylor Field.
The Panthers go to 3-0 on the season.
3 cheers for Aberdeen. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Good job, guys. Well done. Well done. Good job.
It's the second week of the season, a grudge match with the Aidan Bowman Bears, a team Holy Cross defeated in the city final last season. Both teams have something to prove. The Bears' defense plays great, and at the half, Holy Cross is down 7-6.
Okay, we got to tidy up. We got to keep care of the details, guys. That's what champions do. They keep care of the small things, the details. The good news is, guys, this game's in our grasp.
Strategy and halftime adjustments will make the difference between a win or a loss.
A lot of things went wrong for us the first half, guys. We'll leave that behind us. We'll come out the second half and be reload and be prepared to play the way we can play football the second half.
The Bears come out strong for the second half and play inspired football.
Focus! It's the little things that are making the difference right now, guys.
Bowman's talented tailback Mark Klaus scampers in from 40 yards to give the Bears a 14-point cushion.
They're going to keep running. You guys got to rise to the challenge. Here we go. Rise to the challenge.
Devin Istis scores his second touchdown of the game and brings the Crusaders within one score of the Bears.
Good job, Devin. Attaboy.
Holy Cross fumbles the ball. Aiden Bowman returns the favor. He comes out of nowhere and lays a licking on Klaus. The violent tackle inspires his teammates. An innocent-looking pass over the middle takes the Crusaders all the way down to the Bears' 4-yard line.
Okay, we're inside the 5. Handoff is going to be clean. It'll be fine.
Devin scores his 4th touchdown of the game.
The paper said Bowman was a favorite, and I guess we proved them wrong. It's great to be winning as a team.
We are!
The U of S Huskies are 2-0 but are playing an underrated UBC Thunderbird team. McHenry makes a beautiful catch over the middle.
Okay.
Quarterback coach Brent Schneider, an elementary school teacher, is the son of former Husky coach and mentor to Brian Towers, Val Schneider.
71 slant flood corner. It's man. Oh, he didn't throw it. Hey, all right, yeah! I didn't think he threw it far enough. Ace left. 40, slot back across, back flat.
3 games into the season, and Dan Houle has become an important target for Brett Thompson. The UBC Thunderbirds are playing physical, stubborn football, and it's keeping them in the game. A bizarre play unfolds as the Huskies punt returner runs into the goalpost and fumbles the ball. Thunderbirds recover the ball for a touchdown.
Find it in yourselves, you guys. Let's go.
A season-changing battle ensues as each team takes turns scoring. With less than a minute remaining, UBC scores on an innocent running play. The Huskies must score a touchdown, and there is no room for error.
Timeout! And roll to it. If he's covered, don't hesitate to run it yourself.
The 6-man player from Hague, Dan Houle, saves the game. The Lettingham Steelers reflect the growth of football in Saskatchewan before high school age.
I was actually surprised with that. I had never been involved with the Kinsman League, and after my first year, I really recognized how much the kids enjoyed it, how much they seemed to get out of it. As just an athletic experience, not necessarily related to football.
2 new teams have been added to the Saskatoon Kinsman League, and 2 more are scheduled to join next year.
And so we thought, well, we'll stay with the tradition, and the next longest serving coach, after those 4 was Al Lettingham, who coached in the 1960s. Started, I believe, in 1964, led the team to the national championship in 1968.
Junior football's grade 9 and 10. We've got a feeder system in the Kinsman League that feed players into us in grade 10, but I'll have up to 30 walk-ons in August, kids that are coming in that have never played any football at all. I've coached junior for almost 20 years now, and I've never cut a kid. They come out, they get a football experience.
The Aiden Bowman Bears junior football team are taking their annual road trip, this time to Prince Albert as their bus passes through Hague. The school is having a pep rally.
And the first group that we're going to acknowledge, the first group we're going to cheer on, is putting their undefeated streak on the line this afternoon. They're going up against the Meath Park Mustangs.
The advantage of having a junior squad, I find, is that you get those walk-ons. You get kids that haven't played before. Coming into high school, it's a pretty scary place for a lot of kids coming in grade 9, you get 9 to 12, but they get a captive audience for 6 weeks of these kids coming into a school. They get to be on a team.
You got to go in and you got to tough it out. This is smash mouth. This is red zone. All right, guys, got to step up and make 3 plays here. Are we going to let our warrior go down after he took 2 hits like that for the team? No! I need everybody hitting like that, everybody coming like that, not just Prebz and Cronin.
The funny part is it has never changed. These kids, are we going to McDonald's?
For the players, stopping at McDonald's after the game is half the fun.
With football, it's really busy, you know, because it takes up a lot of my time, and Jessie's really busy with her school too, and so it's challenging, but it's really nice being married and being able to come home at the end of the day and we're together.
Tyler Duick juggles school and married life and also finds time to volunteer as a coach at the high school across from his apartment.
Sometimes I do get a little nervous, like if there's a big pile up or if I see him go down, but most of the time I'm just excited and happy for him that he's playing.
Number 2 and number 4 in the nation going toe-to-toe, blow for blow in front of a national television audience for the first time during the regular season. I think it's absolutely paramount to both because it'll come down to this for the Hardy Cup as well.
I believe in the culture of football within your own team, in your own environment, and having said that, you see that in the province of Saskatchewan. Every small town seems to have a 9-man team or a 6-man team, and you look at Regina and Saskatoon and what they've accomplished in high school football and junior football.
Yep, we made 2 mistakes and they got 14 points. Touchdown now. Don't sit and think and shake your head. Let's go. Right now. Get determined and make something happen.
I opened the paper yesterday and I couldn't believe that there's a whole page devoted to football. Not only was it high school, which was the lead story, but then it went to junior and the Hilltops, and then it went to USask. It was just that level, and I was like, this is the second page of the sports section.
It's grassroots, and that's really what football's about in terms of character, and this is obviously a character province. And you know, they produce football players, they produce football teams, and I got to do more recruiting in here, I'll tell you.
Tyler leaves the field dejected as the Huskies suffer their first loss of the season. The high expectations of the Vanier Cup in Saskatoon weighs heavily on the team.
And football requires the same kind of commitment as it does to be committed to survive.
You have all this preparation that goes into the battle, if you will, the battle being the game. And even from the standpoint of you've got the armor on, you've got lines that are drawn. As teams warm up on the field, you got one team down here, another team down there. Everybody's talking at each other, they're getting hyped up, the emotions start to rise, and then the ball's kicked off and the battle starts.
Next to war, football is probably one of the toughest, meanest games that there is.
Kyle lines up for a typical play. As he runs towards the action, he's leveled by a pulling guard. His parents, sitting in the stands, wait helplessly, not sure whether their son is going to get up. Miraculously, Kyle runs off the field.
Exactly what it was last year. My heart skips a beat every time.
Yeah, I bent my neck sideways and kind of compressed. I got a little stinger, a little scratch there.
That's the first thing I think of is last year's accident.
You know, plus the defense was getting tired. I thought I'd give them a little breather. It's been a big surprise. Everyone doubted us at the beginning. They said we're a young team. You know, we don't have the size, and I think we proved them wrong. Going 7-1 is a huge accomplishment.
I think somehow the fact that it's a small province works to our advantage in that people are more apt to get involved and not feel just like a number. You look at a team like the Sheldon Williams Spartans football team. It's not a big school. It could be playing 3A football. Instead, it's one of the top teams in 4A football. Why? They've got a small population, but they get involved, they rally around it.
Well, what you're going to see tonight is two undefeated teams, the Sheldon Williams Spartans at 6-0 and the Riffle Royals at 6-0. And the winner of this game gets first place. And I think another storyline there is that Riffle has won 25 football games in a row. Two very talented teams, outstanding athletes. We're in for a real treat tonight.
Sheldon Williams takes an early lead in the game.
Well, Mark, first of all, what he's done this year is he's led the league in passing, 15 touchdowns, over 1,500 yards in 6 games. Mark's grandfather is Ron Lancaster, and Mark has been he's past a student of the game. Every summer he would go down for 3 weeks to Hamilton when his grandfather was coaching there, and he'd work with Danny McManus on his football. Last year, I understand, when he was down in Hamilton, he was invited to sit in on the coaches' meetings, on the offensive meetings. So, and he's got a group of guys that they just eat, sleep, and drink football.
Canada is reputedly such a hockey nation. Yeah, and if I think of the real heartland sport in Saskatchewan, I think it's football. You go to a hockey game and the crowds are full of coaches and, or wannabe coaches, and they dissect it and they're pretty subdued. Whereas a football game, people really get into it.
Riffle fights back in the second half with a late touchdown and an interception. They win their 26th consecutive game and the league championship.
It's amazing for somebody from Regina to end up playing in the National Football League, but when that somebody is John Ryan.
You know, growing up in Regina, I think everyone's taught to love football, with the Riders and everything, and I fell in love with football at a real young age. In 1989, when the Riders made the run to the Grey Cup and won it.
John Ryan grew up in Regina and played football with the Sheldon Williams Spartans and the University of Regina Rams. He started his pro career with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and now he plays for the one NFL football team that reminds his dad of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
I still don't believe it. I still have to pinch myself. When number 9 came out of the tunnel, I was overwhelmed in 60 different ways.
To be able to play on the same field that guys like Ray Nitschke and Barstar and Reggie White once played on is just unbelievable feeling. I mean, to be able to play in front of 70,000 fans every second Sunday you know, it's incredible.
I was a Green Bay fan when I became aware of the National Football League. The two things that attracted me to Green Bay initially was the fact that it was a community-owned team, and the other was that their primary color was green.
It'd be very comparable to playing for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You know, it's a small community. You know, everyone loves football. Everyone loves the local team. You know, that's all anyone wants to talk about.
Long before John Ryan was talked about as an NFL prospect, I'd heard people saying, you won't believe the kind of family that he's from.
Our house was an awesome place to grow up. We had a great childhood.
Constantly we're playing whatever sport was in season in the yard. We'd have a shinny game going in the winter and lacrosse net up in the spring and play football in the summer.
He can pick up a sport and just excel at it, and it's comes so naturally to him.
John was the most intense little boy I've ever known. Like I've seen a lot of little kids grow up, and he's truly unique. And he would, for example, we had all of our wood delivered to our front yard for a whole fence and deck. He put on his winter mitts when he was 2.5 years old and hauled it all one piece at a time to the backyard. Worked all day at it. We think he got into football because he'd play out in the front yard with the other kids in the neighborhood.
After an hour or two, you know, other kids would start to get bored, and it would end up being, you know, the game would go from 10 to you know, 2-on-2 to then eventually just be me against my brother, you know, 1-on-1. Then he'd get a little bored after a while, and then I was kind of left alone with the football.
And he'd punt and catch his own punt, so that's one of the reasons why he's so fast.
That's kind of how I started kicking. You know, the one thing I could do on my own.
He's lucky that he was born with talent, but you need a little bit more than that. And he's been taught to be a super hard worker, and he is, and he's got the support to do it absolutely anything he wants. And he was told from the time he was a little kid that he could do whatever he wanted to, so he set his sights
limits.
high and he made it.
Don Mormon, a 46-year-old father of 3, is on his way from Saskatoon to Eston for the annual Stubble Bowl, a 9-man flag football tournament played on a farmer's field.
I started playing in this in 1978. So I've been, then until now, we're talking about 20, too many years. Some people tell me I should be gone, but the old man likes to play football, what can you say? The Stubble Bowl is unique, shall we say. You never know what you're going to be playing in because you're on a farmer's field. And if you get wet weather, it becomes gumbo. Your shoes grow by 3 sizes just walking across the field. And you can take your feet and you can kick off huge hunks of mud as you go. Or the next year it might be totally dry and it might be almost like sand where you can't get any grip to cut. And other years it's just perfect.
Hey! 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 Great chance to get together with all the guys we like. Chance for me and my dad to do something together. Well, the plan is to play 5 games today and walk away with a trophy.
The Delisle Rebels provincial football champions in 2002 and 2003 are playing their arch rivals, the Rosetown Royals provincial champions in 2005. Small town Saskatchewan has cultivated some exceptional football players who have gone on to outstanding CFL careers, such as Bob Pulley, Roger Aldag, Ron Atchison, and Wayne Shaw.
I do not want to go to Rosetown. Who here wants to go to Rosetown? Anyone? No!
It's just really important to the kids and the people in our community, and I think they can just carry that over to the junior and university programs.
Attending today's game is Andrew Busby, a former Delisle Rebel and current Saskatoon Hilltop. This past weekend, he set a new record for receptions in the Prairie Junior Football Conference with 73, including 19 in one game.
On this team that we're going to have to take a look at, 19 catches in one game. I don't care what league you're playing in, he's a player.
Well, when he got to us, he was small, he was shorter, skinny, really skinny, maybe 120 pounds.
And then Judd came out in 97 or 98 and started a team and didn't have many guys, and then it just skyrocketed, like, you know, a bunch of small town athletes and that, and that's really what it is, just all around athletes.
And then once we got him going, he was a gym rat. So every noon hour, him and I'd be playing catch in the gym, shooting the breeze about football, and he just developed these hands of glue. God willing, he might play professional football, make a career out of it, and so they kind of see that good things come to those who work hard.
From the
locker room, everyone's super excited. We're like a volcano ready to explode right now. Everyone's surging. We had an awesome week of practice. It's my first playoff game as a starter, so as expected, I'm a little nervous.
The Saskatoon Hilltops and Edmonton Huskies have won the last 5 national championships in a row. Both teams know how to win the big games.
Well, one thing that I think I really enjoy in Saskatchewan is they're very serious about amateur sport. To play at an amateur level in junior in Saskatchewan is a big deal, and I think high school athletes strive for that.
Shane Duick's gritty play gets the Hilltops going in the right direction. A score by the Huskies give them a 5-point edge.
Hey, we're going to go right return again. The ball's going to be probably deep right around here. Okay? You guys are doing a great job of getting on your guy, but stay on them, okay? We'll take it to the house. To the house on 3. 1, 2, 3!
Andrew Busby continues his spectacular play with an amazing catch, followed by a touchdown reception that puts the Toppers in the lead. After a turnover, things look very good for the Toppers, but they fumble the ball at the Husky 1-yard line.
Nice job, Pasco! Tackle him!
Kyle Pasco has come to play, but continues to battle neck problems. Shane is having a career game, making catch after catch after catch. When the Toppers stop the Huskies on the 3rd down gamble late in the 3rd quarter, it appears they have the game in hand. The Huskies' response is to join arms, a sign of solidarity, of becoming one.
Cover him!
The Huskies score quickly and get a timely interception that leads to the go-ahead score. In a matter of minutes, the youthful Hilltops go from a 12-point lead to an 8-point deficit. After going 7-1 in the regular season, their season is done.
It's tough. It's really hard to put into words. I mean, your season just comes to an abrupt halt. I mean, we had the lead and everything was going well, and then all of a sudden we had some turnovers hit us and the momentum just changed.
It just seems like our guys weren't prepared for this situation. Pretty good front running, but when the adversity came, boy, we had a lot of people looking the other way.
Shane's big brother Tyler is proud of his performance.
Yeah, hey, good game, hey.
It's a one game and we're not there, and we've got a lot of good things to look forward to. So in the Hilltop tradition, watch out for us next year.
Yeah, we did this a lot. I ran around with a big scoop, getting lots of snow off of this place, usually the day before the game.
Joel, the reason we wanted you in full equipment is because we wanted the same as when you kick, right? So if I punch you in the thigh, am I going to hit a pad?
You
should. Yeah. Okay, so it's got to be the same, right?
Under Clay Kirby's leadership, the Panthers pay attention to the little details. Converts are worth 2 points in 6-man football. Missing one in a game can be very costly. Mitch Fair walks home after practice. He's the oldest of 7 kids. His mom, Debbie, is a teacher in Hague and has been raising her kids alone for the last 6 years.
There's 8 of us. There's me at 16, Kelly is 15, and Leslie 14, Madison 13. There's Kennedy 11, and then the twins are both 7 years old. I think since I was 10, so 6 years now, I think.
Okay. So you miss him not being here?
Oh yeah, it is good to have him around and stuff, yeah, for sure. But my mom's definitely stepped up to the plate and taken the responsibility of a single parent. It's different. Everything that's taught is different, it's come from your mom.
How do we make it happen? I think a lot of it is just these guys have got their independence. We all help each other a lot, I think. When one is not busy, then they're the ones the leader, and when we follow the others. Quit laughing. I'll be watching you guys.
Well, it's just a reminder for me. Every night before I go to bed, I see it hanging from the roof, and I think, oh, it's time to pray.
I think for Mitchell, I've seen him getting better and better, and with him getting better, then his determination and being a leader and stuff has come out a lot more.
Well, especially having a lot of sisters being the big brother, you gotta look out for them and stuff and take on the big brother role. And I got a little brother, he's actually the youngest in the family, so I gotta help him out with everything. And yeah, I guess not having a dad really makes you step up.
The ones that you know who know exactly what they want and stand up for what they believe, and they're a bit of a pain most of the time, those are the ones you never, when they're old enough, they know exactly what they want. And I never have to worry about them. I worry more about the ones that aren't ever sure and kind of go towards peer pressure and stuff like that. I worry more for them. A lot of people are opposed to football in our community because they feel too much money is going into it, but I think a lot of people don't understand the cost of it. And so when they see all new football stuff always coming around, I don't think they understand that other stuff is also happening. I think those two have really created a boys club that's very popular.
You guys are going to wind up on the internet.
And I think it's going to go on for a long time in our school. Sure, Day.
Dear God, thank you for this food and thank you for this day and thank you for everything that has been good in this day today. And thank you for the athleticness you have blessed us with. Amen. Thank you for the athleticism you have blessed us with. You made me take that break. We all dream of, we dream of love.
The Panthers squad is unusually nervous for their provincial quarterfinal tilt with the Porcupine Plain Bears.
They're a really big team, very strong team. They got a heck of a big fullback. I'm going to say he's about 6'3", at least 260. I hope we're ready for today.
They come out of the gates tight, and the Bears take advantage with a 37-yard run to pay dirt. Undeterred, Captain Trenton Braun admonishes the troops. On their first possession, Joel Ginther throws an interception. On the next play, a receiver gets behind Joel Fair for another score. 5 minutes into the game, and it's looking like a blowout.
Done. Let's stay positive here. Go, boys!
The Panthers try to steal back the momentum by running the ball. They come up short on a third down gamble.
Mitchell. Pitch!
Middle linebacker Richard Zacharias makes a huge hit. Joel Fair's punt trickles into the end zone for what should be a single point, but Brock Gatsky is flagged for no yards.
You have the option of a 20-yard line, no point, or 35-yard line, giving them a point.
20-yard line, no point.
Go defense! Go D!
The Bears' refusal to give a single point seems to motivate the Panthers as they stop a third down gamble.
Good job, Joe.
Trenton Braun moves the team into field goal range, and Joel Fair nails one from 35 yards.
Let's go!
Braun gets it done defensively, and Ginther throws a touchdown pass to Brock Gatsky.
Yes!
Momentum has clearly shifted to the Panthers' side of the ball.
Go Panthers! That's how it's done! Good job, guys! Well done! Good work!
Haig's swarming defense is beginning to wear down the Bears. Coach Kirby and Trenton discuss strategy.
But you got to pump it and hang back first.
The Panthers continue to hold the momentum. The Bears' frustration begins to show as they take an undisciplined penalty. Trenton takes it in, and the Panthers are in the lead for the first time.
Yes! Yes! Guys, we don't have long to celebrate what we did right, but make sure you know that you did a lot of good stuff out there. Most importantly, your heart and guts when they score two quick ones and we fight back like that. And every one of you should be proud of yourself.
Whoa, yeah, there you go, Graham.
Fake! That's it, Mitchell, is yours. Attaboy, D.
Porcupine Plain changes their strategy, deciding to run the ball straight at the Panthers using their size advantage. They move the ball into scoring range.
Oh, no.
They score on a quarterback keep, but miss the convert. the Panthers are up 22-20, and their kicker Joel Fair has scored 10 points. Mitch Fair makes a beautiful open field tackle.
Okay, tell them let's go. We got less than a minute left in the game. Let's go.
Joel Fair makes a circus catch for an interception that seems to ice the game for Hague with less than a minute remaining.
Aquaman, Joel! Aquaman! All right!
Yeah! Boys!
Hit it up! Good job! That was Mitchell. Good job!
But after 2 short runs and a Bear timeout, there is still time for one last punt.
Yes, Trenton!
On their punt cover, Hague makes a crucial mistake of over-pursuing. Their 4 fastest guys are out of the play, leaving the Bears' most agile player with nothing but daylight. A touchdown seems imminent. Then out of nowhere, Jeff Penner makes a game-saving tackle. The Panthers are going to the provincial semifinals. After attending Sunday Mass with his family, Peter Olver heads home for lunch and some downtime.
Oh, they definitely are special people for just raising 13 kids like a normal family, except 3 times as big. More chaos, but it's a lot like a football team sometimes. They got 12 people, 12, 13. Everyone has to do their job in the house and help each other with schoolwork, or if they need some extra practice wrestling in 3rd level, they can do that. Some sprinting, get one brother chasing the other one.
I think one of his greatest strengths is just being willing to be part of things and to help out.
He's smart. He's got brains right there. At the same time, he's really aggressive. And he's not afraid to hit someone on the ground. And yeah.
He's good like by himself. He's like a good player individually, but I also see like leadership qualities in him too, like the way he encourages the other teammates around him.
I play with the Pee Wee Raiders football team, and I play strong side halfback.
Actually, I don't like it when they don't wear 44 because then you have to rethink what number the child is. How big and bad, number 44? I remember saying, oh, we have to at least have 4 because I had 3 in my family and I didn't think that was enough. When we did get to 4, there was still a great desire. I thought, what would it be like if we had another?
If someone would have told us we'd have 13 kids, I think we probably would have given up. It's a lot of work.
And you never think you'd end up with 13 children. We just started with 2. We were like, family with 2 kids. It's amazing when you just let go and let God, how blessed you see your life is, 26 years later.
And who was it? We left Peter at a gas station.
That was me.
That was Kyle.
That was Kyle. Who's rounding out?
I saw him sprinting at the van in my rearview mirror. That's probably where they get their athleticism, being left behind.
I'm not too sure what is going to happen down the road. I'm just praying and just hoping I make the right decisions with my life. We'll see after high school where my life takes me, I guess.
The Crusaders are playing their first-round game in the city playoffs against the St. Joseph Guardians. With a 6-1 regular season record, they should be brimming with confidence. Unfortunately, 3 key starters are injured, and their one loss was 2 weeks ago against the Guardians.
Let's go, Key-Man! Come on, Key-Man! right now.
An interception on the first series of the game gives the Crusaders the start they needed. Coach Rawlick is focused and intense. With Devin injured, Holy Cross's other running backs pick up their pace.
Good.
St. Joseph's terrific aerial attack keeps them in the game. The Guardians continue to press with their pinpoint passing attack. Near the end of the third quarter, St. Joe's takes the lead, and after a third down stop, have Holy Cross where they want them. A fourth quarter touchdown is the difference in the game, and the Crusaders are alive for another week of football.
We knew it was going to be a great game, and that's what it was. It was back and forth all night, and real entertaining from a fan perspective, and certainly nervous from a coach's perspective. What a great experience for all the kids on the field.
Both teams played really hard. We gathered together at the end there, rallied as a team, and played really well. We came out with the win.
Hey, how do you feel about this one?
It was well earned. We had something to prove after last game.
So right here, right now, this is all that matters. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The first introduction for a lot of players across the country isn't until high school. But here, there's veteran kids by the time they get to high school, and I just see the programs are more advanced prior to high school, in high school.
Scott Farmer's Leningham Steelers, playing in their first year of Kinsman League tackle football, have advanced to the city final against the Falcons.
Boys in Saskatchewan, I think, want to play football more than they want to play any other sport.
The game is close until a late touchdown and a timely interception seals the deal.
Once again, the Huskies are moving that football. Tyler O'Gorman to the right side. He's going to come back now, and he's got some space. Thompson's ahead of him. He does a nice block, and here goes Tyler O'Gorman at the 30, 20. Touchdown, Saskatchewan!
The Huskies are doing it the hard way, beating a seemingly unbeatable Manitoba Bison team in their own backyard. Now they're off to Ottawa to take on the Ottawa Gee-Gees.
A 15-yard touchdown run, and they lead 31-15, and the Huskies are going to move on.
Pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what more you can say about that. It's quite a game.
Tony Gagnon, Jesse's father, led his high school team to the city championship game when he was in grade 10. Like father, like son.
I'm very proud of him. He's done a lot of work getting ready to play senior football. You know, his confidence is growing more and more. He wasn't supposed to play that much this year. He started his grade 10. Our grade 12 guy got hurt. Opened the door for Jess to step in, and I'm very proud of what he's done and how he's stepped up to answer the call. I'm thrilled for him. It's very exciting.
I've learned everything from him.
We dream of love, we all dream of. We dream of love.
As the early morning light breaks over the horizon, the Hague Panthers prepare to leave for Central Butte to play the Bulldogs. Mitch's mom, Debbie, is there with her 2 daughters. They have a volleyball tournament and will not be traveling with the team.
My heart is rather at football, if I have to admit it.
I would rather go to football too.
Okay, we all gotta sing happy birthday to Brock.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Our little angel Brock is how old today?
16.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brock. Happy birthday to you.
We should start a choir.
The first thing that we talked about at lunch on Monday with the boys was a little less creativity and more trust in your teammates. Jeff Penner constantly surprises me, is to have the quickness at the last play of the game after playing both ways most of the game to pull down the shiftiest runner of their team returning a punt. So then of course Trenton just had a phenomenal game on both sides of the ball.
In terms of on the field, you know, we want the same sort of emotion all the time, you know, regardless of what your situation is, regardless of whether you're playing whether you're playing a league game or whether it's a semi-final game, you know, you've got to be up. I'm really close with this bunch of these guys for certain. I've taught them all, you know, every year since they were in grade 7, everybody on this team practically. Sometimes it seems like it's the trailer park boys on a 6-man football team. It's a close bunch, but I'll tell you, they're nuts, man. They're nuts.
It struggles like every other small town, but the people in the community are working very hard to keep it going, and it takes those people to do that. So I have to go take an order here right away.
No, I have Western sandwich, please.
Work hard. They got a really good coach. They practice in the mornings before school, usually 4 to 5 days a week.
Talking about where they're going to play way down in grade 6 because they're interested and they're all just dreaming about playing for the Bulldogs someday. And so you can build that real culture, and if you have a look at our facility and all that sort of stuff and parent support, I mean, it's a fantastic atmosphere to play football.
Yeah, they've been playing like they've won pretty much all their games by at least 30, 40 points each game. So.
Revived around 2000. And since then, we've been at least at the quarter or semifinals every year, with a championship in 2004.
I bought these cleats in about 1992, and I was just looking at Joel's little repair job. And Joel's worn these things for the last couple of years, and before that his older brother Travis had them, and before that his older brother Devin had them. And I was saying it's good that Joel doesn't have any younger brothers, 'cause I think these are at about the end of their design life.
We've never had a team not leave it on the field, and today can't be any different. We can win this thing in the last minute. We can win it in the fourth quarter. We don't know when that crowning play is going to be. We're fit. We mentally know what they do, and the rest is in here. And let's go do it. Let's go, guys. Be ready. Let's start.
Let's go! Let's go, Panthers! Let's go! Let's go, Panthers! Let's go, Panthers! Let's go! Let's go, Panthers! Let's go!
The Hague Panthers kick off to the Central Butte Bulldogs to start the game. Central Butte's spread offense looks like touch football as they leave only the center to block for the quarterback. They move down the field with ease as Hague appears flat-footed. Number 11 of the Bulldogs is agile and athletic. He walks into the end zone untouched. Fortunately for the Panthers, the touchdown is nullified by a penalty.
Legal procedure. White, 2 men on the line. Down. Set. Hut.
Haig establishes their running game. Just as he did last game, Trenton puts the team on his shoulders, scoring the first touchdown.
Yes! They back to the bank. A lot of football left to play, guys. A lot of football left to play. They got the penalty. Why are we kicking again?
I'm telling you.
No, I wasn't asking you. I was asking my guys.
We're making comments out onto the field, okay? This is the last time I'm telling you, no comments. If you need to get a question answered, I'll answer all your questions.
Oh, okay.
No?
Hard, Brock, hard!
Yes, yes, yes! All the way!
Yes! Yes! Cut it up, Brock. Full speed.
Brock Gatzke plays with extra incentive on his birthday, scoring a touchdown. The Bulldogs are visibly frustrated. They haven't played from behind all season long.
But he's going for it, guys. Get in tighter.
Trying to turn things around, they gamble on third down, but come up short.
Let's go. Defense, guys. Let's remember what the score was last game against that other team. They had us 14-0. This doesn't mean anything yet. Fake, running back shovel to the wide side, quarterback keep to the short side, and then just quarterback keep shovels in.
Brock Gatzke scores his second touchdown of the game. Haig is up by 3 scores.
Richard, come on!
Central Butte scores on a long pass and run play. The local fans finally have something to cheer about. At halftime, Clay reminds the boys to stay focused.
So let's go after it and let's go hard. How did he keep his balance?
The Bulldogs are fired up in the second half, alternating between running and passing plays. They score easily and have the momentum, having scored the last 2 touchdowns of the game. Haig needs to answer back. Jeff Penner catches the short kickoff, but pays a heavy price. The Panthers stick to their running attack, grinding it out and wearing the Bulldog defense down. Trenton scores to restore the 2-touchdown lead. On their next series, Central Butte worked their way deep into Haig's territory using an aerial attack. Mitch Fair makes a crucial interception in the end zone to stop the drive.
Yeah.
On their very next possession, the Bulldogs threaten to score, but a tip by Mitch goes directly to the birthday boy, Brock.
There's 4 minutes left. They need 2 converted touchdowns. So we got to make them earn this touchdown. If they get one at all, they got to earn it, right? And then we got to go in, keep the ball on the ground, and chew up that clock.
The Bulldogs quarterback scores on a beautiful run. There is no quit in this team. Central Butte gets the ball back with 2 minutes remaining in the game. They're poised to tie the game as they begin a drive down the field. Mitch makes a game-saving tackle. It seems as if Haig is just trying to hang on.
Get him, get him!
At the 10-yard line, Central Butte has one last chance to tie the game. Richard Zacharias knocks down a pass attempt. The Panthers are playing in the provincial final.
Woo! Hosting the provincial final. Here, Trenton. Way to go, buddy. How'd it go? Way to go. Brock, not sweet. Sweet. For happy birthday, buddy.
Awesome. I can't wait. Next Saturday. Awesome birthday. Nothing else I can thank.
You did our town proud.
Ready for next week, boys?
the Evan Hardy Souls arrive focused for their city semifinal game against the Crusaders.
Yeah, well, it was a tough week of preparation. It was tough outside all week, but I think we were fairly focused and we kept things short and very businesslike on the field. And I think we're properly prepped, ready to go tonight.
Regan Schuler, number 30, runs through the Holy Cross defense like they're standing still.
3 times we lost our edge. That's exactly what we talked about pre-game. We told you he's a good athlete. Keep your edge. Now you know, you've got a feel for it now. Now you know what they're going to come with. They're going to run the ball. You guys got to gut it out and make plays now. It's that simple. Keep your edge.
Everything seems to be going Evan Hardy's way. They need something, anything, to change the momentum. Peter Olver steps up his play and recovers a fumble. A quick score and tenacious defense led by Pete picks up the Crusader team. Just before halftime, they're poised to tie the game. With under a minute, they move the ball inside the 10, but an interception at the 2-yard line snuffs their drive. 2 roughing penalties later, and a Hail Mary pass take the Souls down to the Crusader 8-yard line with 6.4 seconds left on the clock. Quarterback Bradshaw steps back to pass, but decides to keep it himself, sneaking into the end zone to give Evan Hardy a 21-7 lead and confidence that they can beat last year's city champions. Holy Cross comes out strong to start the second half, but ill-timed penalties and drop passes end a promising drive near the goal line.
Defense, be ready to rise up. Be ready to rise up and stick together.
After giving up a safety, Evan Hardy kicks off and recovers the ball. Holy Cross continues to press, and Pete reminds his teammates to stay positive.
All over you, guys.
Time runs out for the Crusaders, and their season concludes with a frustrating loss to the Souls.
Well, you know, our guys are obviously bitterly disappointed with the result tonight, and but having said that, I'm really proud of our guys. Both tonight, I thought we battled back, and you know, we never gave up, and in a way, kind of a microcosm of the season, because we got to battle our way through the season and some adversity, and so I'm really, really proud of our kids. Peter's a warrior. You know, he's just like I said, he's the kind of kid. My heart really goes out to him. He's the kind of kid, he really wants to win. I know he'll take this really hard. He'll take it personally, and I know it'll also spur him on to work hard in the off season to come back ready to go next year. I know that.
I grew a lot as a player, and I learned skills, and just football helped me become a better person, I guess.
You know, it was an awesome time. We couldn't work with a better group of guys. Like, it was just really awesome. We all got really close. It was a really great time. I'm gonna miss it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely unforgettable.
The sad goodbye. On, the story goes. What the end is, you never know. A new beginning starts at the ending of the road. Write the story, let it go. Write the story, let it go.
Again, and this time ball, he jumps it. Another big play by this defense, and he needs some blocks. White shirts in front of him down the sidelines. Goes ball down. Cuts it into the down. Touchdown, Huskies. Are you kidding me? On the run. Lost it. It's picked off by Gator. He's on the run and has won the
Huskies make an improbable comeback late in the game and are going home to play the Vanier Cup. Winter has arrived in rural Saskatchewan. The community is excited for their team. The Kelleher Cobras arrive in Hague.
Fan bus is coming here today, actually, and we should be bringing in 70 some odd people just for a road game. So the community gets behind it. Everyone sort of knows and keeps track of what's going on with the football team, and yeah, it's a really, really good atmosphere for the boys. Six-man, I like the speed. I like the commitment it takes to play in the six-man game. I really like it how it keeps football sort of in smaller schools that don't, like for us, we wouldn't have enough kids to field a 9 or 12-man team.
The last game that we played wasn't as physical as the first quarterfinal game, so we had all week to rest, and I think we're all pretty good to go.
They can make plays. They got a good receiver, 18, who stands on the line.
There's one play they do that we've had trouble with, where it's not really a crossbuck, it's not a counter, it's kind of what I'd call a delay counter.
Everything's flooded right away. If you break the line, then you usually get a good game.
A big fullback that Richard's going to take care of, and they're a good team.
I feel a lot better than I did last year. I think, oddly enough, even though it's been a tougher run to get here, I think we have a much better chance than we had last year, and I feel good about it. I really do.
Now, gentlemen, I want to make this clear to you. No matter what happens today, we are very proud and thankful to have had this opportunity to coach each and every one of you guys. We are only in this time once in our life here, today. This is our time. We don't get this day back, no matter what happens. This is our one shot at this. You guys are a good football team. We can beat these guys. And gentlemen, I've said this to you before, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. There is never shame in winning or losing, but there is shame in giving up, not giving it your all, but you gotta find it in you. We've had the pleasure of coaching a lot of you guys for 3-4 years. It's been an honor. It's been an honor all season and every other time. Let's go do this in a dignified, classy, hard-working way that we play football. Let's go, guys. Let's go get it.
Number 8, Trenton Braun. Number 12, Joel Fair. Number 16, Mitchell Fair. Number 32, Brock Gatsky. Number 54, Richard Zacharias. Number 64, Jeff Penner. And the coaches, Clay Kirby, Craig Stewart, and assistant Max Redikoff.
Good, hard, clean Panther football. No cheap shots, nothing after the whistles, right back to the huddles, and let's go get them. All right, ready? Okay, Trenton. 1, 2, 3,
This is a rematch of last year's provincial title. These two teams know each other well. Joel Fair takes advantage of the slippery conditions. Trenton scores to give the Panthers an early lead.
Number 8, 51-yard touchdown run.
All the way! Let's go! Keep it up out there, guys! Get out there! Let's go!
Joel misses his first convert of the year.
Trying to be fancy to draw him offside.
On the ensuing kickoff, the Cobras take the ball deep into Hague territory.
Oh, no!
The Cobras score on the next play. The Panthers are playing a very good football team.
It's all about the wrap. It's all about the wrap.
Just as they did against the Porcupine Plain Bears, the Panthers gamble on third down early in the game and come up short.
Let's go, come on, guys!
The Cobras fumble, and Mitch Fair recovers it for Hague.
Let's go, boys. Make a way down there, boys. Let's go.
The Panthers are having trouble adjusting to the icy conditions. The game goes back and forth. A broken play leads to the Cobras' second score of the game.
Number 94 on the reception, 54 yards.
Okay, guys, let's go get it back. Let's go. Let's go get it back. Oh, no.
Ginther throws his second interception of the game.
Guys, let's go now. Let's go, Panthers!
Trenton continues to shine on defense and make big plays on offense. The Panthers tie up the game.
I'm not sure if we got it. That's good defense.
Hague marches down the field in the last minute, hoping to take the lead, but run out of time.
And guys, we're wearing them down, so this half, look inside yourself. Half a game, guys, for a provincial championship. Half a game. It's 14-14. We can do this. Can you play blood and guts football for a half a game?
I guarantee every father of yours over there is just dreaming that they could be in your shoes right now.
The Cobras continue to press. Mitch's mom and sister watch anxiously. Trenton continues to lead by example. Brock Gatsky fumbles, but the defense holds.
Tanner, get out there! Let's have some coverage on this thing. No! No!
Hague over-pursues the punt, and the Cobras score on the very next play.
That's who we want returning this.
The Panthers refuse to give up.
Yes! Fumble!
The Cobras fumble, but recover it.
Boy, they're lucky.
Chris Skoig scores his third touchdown of the game. The Cobras go up by 15 points.
Make it happen. gotta get the job done, buddy. Nicely done. Hard, Joe, hard. Atta boy. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. Let's go. You can do it.
Hague needs to score. Trenton's pass falls incomplete. The counterplay Coach Kirby warned us about before the game gives the Cobras a 3-touchdown cushion.
Just under 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
All the way, Trenton, all the way!
Down by 23, Hague looks done, especially when Trenton goes down.
It's okay, you did great. Tell me when you're ready to go in, okay?
Trenton comes back to complete the final pass of the season, a touchdown pass to Mitch.
Second guy go for the ball, and then we're going to the house with it, and then we're having a short kick, and we're gonna get this done. Okay, there's no give, no quit, let's go. Let's go, guys. Gotta fight right to the end, buddy. Good game, Mitchell, ought to fight right to the end. Okay, emotions run high, buddy. You did great. Graham, great game, buddy. It didn't happen, but that's all right. You did well. Here, Mitch.
6-man.
Well, it's obviously not the result we wanted, but you know, I'm proud of these boys, big time, for everything they do. You know, everything they do off the field, on the field, and 4 quarters of tough football. There was no quit, and that's what we're always the proudest of with these guys. They're a classy bunch. Nobody wanted to lose. None of them did, but they've been classy about it.
He was more or less the heart and soul of it when you come down to it. He was the one that we sort of moved things around. He's a big reason why we're here. My boy.
Sort of team atmosphere, winning as a team, taking the losses as a team and coming back. It's just an up and down. You have to take the best of it though. I love it.
That was a good game, it was fun. Even though we only got second.
Oh, awesome season. It was very good. We worked as a team. I had a fun time.
Yeah, we were undefeated. We had a good run at it. A lot of close games, hard working. This is the best team I've ever been a part of.
The scoreboard loss doesn't reflect what champions and how proud we are of these guys. They're just a great group of young men that, for an old guy like me, it just makes me feel young to be around them. They're great guys, and you can't ask for better. You know, you can't ask for better as a coach.
Mark Mueller has led the Sheldon Williams Spartans to a last-second victory over the Evan Hardy Souls to win the 4A Provincial Championship.
After 3 years of working hard and being with these guys, I've played with these guys for a long time. This has been the best week of my life by far. To beat Riffle in the final and then come here and have that drive at the end where all the pressure's on the offense to do it, and defense makes a huge stop at the 1 yard line, and we go all the way down and score. It just doesn't get much better than this.
This is Sheldon's first provincial win since John and Steve Ryan played on the team.
It's outstanding. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be on some championships on different stuff and won a Grey Cup with the Riders, but this is the best one I've had.
Yeah, he always helps us out. I'm down there every summer, and it's the best feeling of my life.
Your dad, what does he mean to you?
Everything. Looks. Not having him around last year was awful. This is by far the best year of my life. It doesn't get any better than this.
You know, we're going home to play in a national championship in front of, 13,000 fans that are going to be screaming and yelling and cheering for us.
It's exciting. I mean, I was nervous today just driving to school, and it's Monday morning, so I mean, the nerves are already there a little bit.
It's going to be unlike anything I've ever been a part of, for sure. You know, the amount of people that are going to be here supporting us is going to be,
phenomenal. So I'm excited.
Croker! Killing me!
For a lot of these guys, this is probably their big meal of the week here. These guys living on their own, and you can just see them, they're packing it down. These guys usually finish a plate before they finish the line so they can fill it up again. So you can just see this is a great moment for them. They do, yes. And I think it just emphasizes to the boys, you know, that this is not just about football. This is about community, this is about family.
That's damn.
I think there'll be a bigger appreciation by these people in this province for Vanier Cups in the future because they saw it live and in person.
Welcome to our football college, and I want to congratulate you all before we even start because you're all of you involved in the greatest game that we got going.
Trying to help out 500 plus kids and hopefully spark a little flame in their lives about the game.
But you're not always going to be in a position.
Or whether they go on and play it collegiately in CIS or down somewhere in the States or play professional, doesn't matter. Just want them to enjoy the game for a lifetime.
Thundersticks, make some noise. There you go. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. She's right through. Okay.
Another season has come and gone. In the end, maybe it's not just about wins and losses. Maybe it's about a lot more. About how the game grows our character, shapes our character, and ultimately reveals our character. This year has been truly special for football in Saskatchewan. The Riders celebrating the 40th anniversary of their first Grey Cup, the Hilltops celebrating 60 consecutive years, and the Vanier Cup coming to Saskatoon. But when it comes to football in Saskatchewan, every year is a season of dreams.
There's a way that I feel that makes me feel uneasy. I know that it's wrong and not right for me. I invited in for a delightful cup of tea. I ask myself what this feeling means to me. There's no reply, so I politely say goodbye and ask it not to bother me.
I remember sitting beside Bobby Jurison before a game, and he had this look in his eyes, and I said to him, you know, sometimes I feel like you're willing to die to win. And he said, you're not? Completely matter-of-factly. And I realized that I think I am. You know, and when you're in the game and you're committed, that's the way you feel. And it's about the win or the loss. That's all you think of. That's all you spend hours and hours training for, to try and put yourself in a position to win that game.
When it's working well, when football does what it's supposed to, when kids buy into it, selflessness, the team ethic, commitment, dedication, and courage.
There's a lot to football that you have to be able to play the game that you can't measure. You know, you have to have heart, you have to have character, you have to be able to take a hit and give a hit. You have to ask your body to do things that don't really make sense in real life. To line up 10 yards away from another grown man and run straight into him without flinching is not a normal thing to do.
The bottom line in coaching, the most important thing could be almost summed up in one word: relationships. Establishing relationships with people. Relationships that are based upon trust and respect and caring.
Football's taught me a lot as far as the Gord Curry, like, football's just a game, life's life. So I think it all pertains back to your family and, looking after your family and working together and working things out. Because, like I mentioned, you got to work together as a team, not only in football, but your family.